Like, for example, putting 50 levels into intelligence or int or faith or whatever doesn't dictate how much damage the weapons I was using do. But if I were to invest 50 or 60 points into dex, I probably would have mopped the fucking thing. Radagon was fine. Elden Beast was a piece of shit because I didn't have the damage. Elden Beast is literally resistant to every status effect, and I couldn't respec my character, so I don't know what people expect. I have Webb sitting here fucking being a couch quarterback backseater and fucking telling me to fucking use this and use that, and then I do it and I showcase how ineffective it is, and then he sits there and says the same regurgitated retarded ass shit he was trying to spout the first time. Because for whatever reason, like, people just have some sort of weird crippling inability to listen to reason. They just don't understand shit. They think they do, but they fucking don't. He's sitting there saying, oh, where them spells at? You're a mage. Like, you weren't here for my entire playthrough, and now you're trying to tell me what my character is that I set out to make? That's really funny. He's like, oh, level 230 whatever wasn't the plan. And I'm like, you weren't here when I made the character. You don't know what the playthrough was for. I made the character the way I made it so I can go into the DLC and check out all the weapons instead of having to make 20 different characters. Like, if you want to be stupid, then you want to be stupid. I can't really help you through that. Like, if you want to come in here and try and punk on me, I'm welcome to that, but do it with substance, don't do it with ignorance. Don't get me wrong, I'm not sensitive, I don't really give a fuck, but some people are just really goddamn stupid. Okay, so we'll go fight Margit at level 30, I'm thinking. Level 4. Like, right now, you're trying to get me to play the DLC. You're sitting here saying, oh, you're gonna play DLC off stream to practice, huh? Like, no, I'm not. Why the fuck would I do that? The whole point of playing through the game was to preserve the DLC so I don't see anything and I don't get spoiled. If I wanted to know what I was gonna be up against in the DLC, don't you think I would have hung out in your streams more? Don't you think I'd be watching streams on Twitch instead of fucking playing through it myself? No, I'd be vicariously experiencing the DLC so I know what to prepare myself for. That's not the fun of these games. The fun of these games is the struggle and the perseverance and the fucking hard work and the blood, sweat, and tears and the gratification you get when you finally succeed and persevere and push past whatever was like brick walling and blocking you. That's what these games are for. So, like, your ignorance abounds. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, if you're dumb, you're dumb. I can't really help you. Oh, hell yeah. We got some Gojira this time. Perfect. Shit timing, though. I would have rather had the giant jump down and do the insane shockwave. Right when that opening fucking riff played. Just... like, right when he fucking hits the ground. Metal. Get out of here, horn bro. I ain't worried about you. Yeah, but, like, I mean, neurologically, for, like, sanity's sake, I could surround myself with a lot better, more positive crowd than some of you people. Like, I think Seven's cool, but I think you say some really ignorant shit sometimes. And I think Webbs is probably the most ignorant out of all of you, personally. But that's cool, like, nothing personal. Like, I don't really care. But if you're sitting here screaming, get good at your monitor, that means I've already won. Like, sure, at the end of the day, you can play the game literally for 10 million hours and never get frustrated at it. Good for you, you have nerves of steel. I don't. I don't have nerves of steel. I will get fucking frustrated, I will get annoyed. I will speak my mind about shit. I'm not gonna sit there and just suck it up and fucking not be annoyed with it. Whatever, dude. I don't know, like, it sounds like you're the one fighting your demons here, not me. That's all I gotta say. I wasn't asking them to nerf the game, I never said that. I was using bleed weapons that were ineffective against Elden Beast, and I didn't have anything to use. I didn't have anything else I could possibly use. Everything I tried didn't do as good as the fucking blades that weren't doing anything to begin with. Is it so hard to understand that I'm forced to use weapons that are doing literally a third of the damage potential to the boss that has a base game level health bar? Is that so fucking ridiculously outlandish to the point where you can't understand it, or are you just incapable of math? I wasn't begging them to nerf anything. Did I say that I wanted the boss nerfed? No. I started my Elden Ring playthrough saying I'm playing the unpatched version because I want to experience pre-nerf Radahn. I want to see what I missed when I played this game the first time. If I wanted them to nerf the game, I wouldn't have done that, don't you think? Like, your bullshit is just not applicable here, and if you're too stupid to fucking understand that, then I can't help you. Like, I'm not trying to be negative, but it's just, the idiocy of some people is just fucking amazing. I do enjoy Elden Ring for what it is. I do feel like it does have some constructive flaws, and I feel like Elden Ring is a very, very juvenile, shitty final boss. Ishin was much better. The only thing that compares to Elden Beast in terms of dogshit is fucking Gwyn. But that's because Gwyn was Dark Souls 1. He's just a fucking old grandpa with the fucking greatsword. That's super aggressive. He just hits really hard. But he's not very unique. He's not very dynamic. He's not very interesting as a boss fight. Elden Ring is more interesting and more dynamic with its final boss fight, but it's still not good, because they didn't do the things that they should have done to make it a good fight. Do you understand? They could have made a fucking much better boss, and they just didn't. They kind of dropped the ball on the final boss fights of this game. I like Radagon more than Elden Beast, and I don't even think Radagon's a good boss. He's better than Elden Beast, though. Like, honestly, I think, if Malekith had a different first phase, and then he went Blackblade in phase 2, or he started off as Blackblade and then went into another phase, I think Malekith should have been the final boss. That being said, though, I haven't seen the final boss of the DLC yet, so I don't know what the final boss of the DLC is. I've seen very, very brief minor snippets of DLC gameplay. I know there's some sort of night boss with, like, a fire greatsword, and I think she's like a night lady, because I've heard horror stories about her. And I know there's something called Bale the Dread, or something like that, and that's all I've heard. So, like, literally everything outside of that, I got no fucking idea what's going on. I haven't seen any of the weapons, I haven't seen any of the locations, I know none of the story, I know none of the bosses, I know none of the new weapons, I know none of the new items. I literally don't know anything about it. I am looking forward to playing it, though. Honestly, I'm kind of struggling to fucking figure out what I should do. Because I'm only level 4, I can't go fight Margit yet, so we have to run around and grind enemies for a while. So we have to just get out there and go find smithing materials. That's the most important thing that I can do right now. And I have to acquire access to the round table hold. But I don't remember how to do that. Like, I literally just played the game and it's all a fucking massive blur and I can't remember anything now. But I think that's kind of the fun of Elden Ring, is you kind of forget. So it's like, every time you begin a new character, you go on a different journey. Who the fuck is this grape soda girl? Oh, you've never seen my character without her clothes on, Grand? Oh, man. It's a sight for the eyes. Did that thing literally just hit me from a mile away? Holy fuck. Okay, this is literally fucking common sense traps. I'm gonna get killed by goats. Amazing. This is a Draenei from World of Warcraft. You may have seen them before. If I turn my character around, it's a Draenei. This is an actual new playthrough? Yes, Grant. This is a brand new character. Because, like, whatever reason, there's idiots out there that believe mathematically that even though my character was level 200 something and you're supposed to be level 150 at the DLC, that equates to the game being 10 times easier. Because they're just stupid. There's no neurological mental snap in their brain. There's no, like, electronic connection. Like, no investment in any stat besides vigor and endurance in this game fucking matter. That's the thing, that's the sole fucking arbitrator of difficulty. That and weapon level. Everything else is absolutely pissed to the wind. It's just basically requirements. That has nothing to do with it. The DLC is scaled with the Shadow 2 fragments, period. Yeah, I know that. I know that. But, like, I'm just making a new character so I can press through the game naturally, pretty much. So, you remember my other character, I basically essentially made as a Jack of all trades character so I could literally use everything in the game that the game had to offer. All the things that I missed out on, all the incantations, all the spells, all the weapons that I never got to play around with and experience, because I limited my character. I scoped it out for one specific set of weapons and armaments, and I never got to use anything else. And now because people demand that, basically, because they think I'm incapable of beating the game with a leveled character, I'm out to prove that I can. It's not that the game is obscenely difficult, it's not that I can't do it, it's that I wanted my character to be able to use everything. But people are fucking stupid. Like, when I was fighting Elden Beast, I saw other people fight Elden Beast, and other people were literally taking chunks off of its health bar. I was hitting it for wet tissue paper because I was using bleed katanas. If Elden Beast is resistant to bleed, then I'm not getting any bleed damage on it. Understandably, okay, I need to use a weapon with pure physical damage, right? But the one stat that I didn't spec myself into was strength, and that's what those kind of weapons primarily scale with. Now, if I had 50 or 60 strength and I was dual-wielding giant crushers, do you think I would have fucking struggled on Elden Beast for shit? No. Hell, even if I had dex investment up to like maybe 40 or 30 or something like that, I would have probably beat Elden Beast pretty quick. But I was using literally the lowest possible level of investment for those weapons that I could possibly muster. Because had I gone and fucking invested 30 or 40 levels into that stat, people would have cried about me being over-leveled. And they still did that anyway. So it's like, I don't understand. There's no winning. Like, I can't play the game how I want to, because fucking stupid idiots are just gonna think whatever they want to think. Like, this is honestly the hardest FromSoft game that they have produced. That doesn't mean that it's unbeatable. It doesn't mean it's entirely unfair. It doesn't mean that the challenge is insurmountable. I don't need to crank my character's level artificially to be able to beat the game. You're an idiot if you think that. He poised that? Wow. What a champ. So, like, don't get me wrong, the first time I played Elden Ring, I did not play through Elden Ring on stream. Because it was a very daunting project, and I didn't know exactly how to go about it structurally. And I was like, how the fuck am I going to stream this? Like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to split into parts? How am I going to make this seem cohesive? You know, because it's such a massive, crazy, daunting, ridiculous open world with so much stuff in it. And I was just like, how am I going to do this? And then I streamed Elden Ring. It's like, okay, this is actually more, like, controlled instead of chaotic. Like, more than I give it credit for. It's a build game. You chose to build how you wanted to make your life easier. It's not a finesse, finely tuned technical combat game. Yeah, it's not. It's the same atypical FromSoft shit. The combat engine isn't anything crazy. They added poise and they added jump attacks. Ooh. It's glorified Dark Souls 4. Like, it's glorified Dark Souls 4. At the end of the day. But yeah, I wanted to build my character as a Swiss Army knife. I wanted to be able to use everything I came across. I wanted to be able to play around with strength weapons, which I just didn't end up doing. I wanted to use incantations. I wanted to use sorceries. I skipped out on all that shit my first run. Maybe Elden Ring had a lot more to offer than what I experienced, right? So I wanted to build a character that could use everything. But I got to thinking that in doing so, in building a character that can use everything, I kind of gimped myself in terms of damage. Because I didn't invest in the stat where I should have had for my dex weapons. And I was rocking dual katanas. So Tech had a point when he was there and he was saying, oh, you're a mage, you invested 70 into int, but he made the misconception, he made the misinterpretation that I had invested into int to be a sorcerer. And I hadn't. I invested 70 into int because I wanted to check out Ranni's Dark Moon and all those spells, all the high-tier sorceries. I wanted to see what they were capable of. And I came to find that Ranni's Dark Moon and a lot of the higher-tier sorceries are fucking garbage. Comet Azure is practically unusable because it has no fucking tracking to it. Shard Spiral is really good. Stars of Ruin is really good. Comet is really good, but those are like the only 3 spells that you really need. Everything else is kind of garbage. And it was the same deal with the Faith Incants, too. Like, it was the same fucking thing. The Faith Incants had a similar kind of effect on me. I didn't really like any of the Draconic spells, except for Fortisax's Lightning was actually pretty cool. And, like, a couple of those Faith weapons were actually kind of sick. The rest of it sucked. The Draenei thing, I played WoW for 10 years. Draenei females got a fat booty and hooves. I cannot accept this fat booty purple human. Damn. I almost made a very grave error. That would have been our first drink right there, I think. At least I'm not grinding it on Twitch like Amaranth with the fucking Wii Fit in a hot tub with bubbles. That's all I can say. I may be running around a horse naked, but this ain't that kind of stream, dude. Gonna have to go somewhere else for that level of debauchery. I'm just out here trying to live my best life by clubbing fucking wolves in the head to death. Oh man, he got me with the fucking shade. Bastard. Yeah, but this is basically my second playthrough of Elden Ring. Yes, I'm pretty sure that I didn't mean Night Elf. But Night Elf is also agreeable, I guess. It's also acceptable. If you told me Night Elf, I'd also believe it. Hey man, the character creation can only go so far. It's not Neo tier levels of character creation, okay? I can't elongate the ears, I can't fucking make the friggin' hair strands different colored tips, I can't make my fucking character look like a fucking Hot Topic scene ninja. I can't do that shit, man. I can't even key pulse in this game. I can't flux. I can't do shit. I'm gimped, dude. I'd rather be fighting Shibata Katsui right now. But instead I'm playing Elden Ring. So basically what this is a Vodkin Ring playthrough. And if you're not familiar with the rules of Vodkin Ring, this is something I literally just made up, like not even 5 minutes before stream. I'm not even kidding. So every death, we're going to be taking a drink of the good stuff. We have some pink lemonade vodka here. And every time I beat a boss, we're going to get a sippy of water. So we have a lot riding on this. We have a lot at stake for this playthrough. That being said, I should probably use my runes instead of running around with them and potentially falling off cliffs and shit. I got like 3k on me. That's actually like fucking insane, like Elon Musk god tier space money right now. But what's up, Grand? It's good to see you. Also, if you guys have never heard Royal, check out Chino's scream right here. This is fucking nuts. I'm gonna stay silent for this. Just fucking absolute nuts range. Man is an animal. I've tried to hit that so many times and I can't do it. That's like a 22-second long scream and I can only do it for like 13 or 14. Still can't do it. My neighbors fucking hate me. They really like Deftones, though. Although they only like Deftones when Chino is singing. They don't really like it when I do that. Right, so where can we go? We have the dragon to go deal with, but I'm not really leveled for the dragon either. I don't have the damage output. I need to get to the round table hold. That's what I have to do, but I can't remember how to activate the round table. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can go to the round table already. Yeah, but basically Kai came in, and Kai was sitting there shitposting on me, like saying, oh, get good, get good. It's like, it's not a matter of getting good. Like, I don't... Some people are just really, really daft, dude. Like, I don't know how to explain it any clearer than that. It's like, if you can't understand that the boss, like, okay, on a new game cycle, the boss has this health value. On an average playthrough, you're expected to kill the boss at this level, regardless of what your fucking equipment loadout is, right? Unless the game needs to be patchworked because they misgauged the values. My character investment did not allow me any damage for the weapon style that I was using. So because I invested the lowest amount possible into that stat to be able to use the two weapons that I had on me, not thinking it would make as much of a difference as it did make, my damage against Elden Beast was super gimped because Elden Beast has a resistance to everything in the game. He's resistant to poison, he's resistant to bleed, he's resistant to scarlet rot, he's resistant to everything, except physical damage. And that's where I think they kind of fucked up. I think Elden Beast should have a weakness. In a game that's a massive open world crazy motherfucking RPG, the boss should be weak to something that you can utilize against it. And it just wasn't. And I think that kind of sucks. Like, I get, like, it's made of glass or whatever. The fuck is going on with it? Like, it's some sort of crystalline weird alien entity or something? Like, it's the embodiment of the Golden Grace or whatever? Sure. But it's like, I tried using greatswords, and greatswords didn't fucking phase it. And I'm under the impression that greatswords didn't phase it either because I had no strength investment. I had about as little strength investment as I did for dex investment. So regardless of what weapon class I'm using, I'm not going to be able to beat the fucking boss. I had to arduously trudge through fucking razor wire and landmines and shit to be able to beat a boss on average, because I made a clear character that was so specced out across the board that I didn't have enough investment in the things that I needed to be able to beat that boss. You know? And it was the very end of the game. So it's not that the boss needs to be nerfed. It's not that the boss has way too high of a health value. It's I'm not doing enough damage because of the way that I spec'd my character. I don't have the adequate DPS to be able to beat the boss. But Kai's sitting here revolving around the notion that I need to be overleveled, or I want the boss to be nerfed, or blah 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 blah. I didn't say anything of the sort. I didn't say that I wanted the boss nerfed. I said it was a shit boss. And it is. It's a trash fight. It's a shitty boss. It's fucking garbage. It's not a very good fight. It kinda sucks ass. I'm not gonna hold you. It's not a very good fight. They could have made something better. I've seen them do it before. Like, Dark Souls 2's final boss is shit, DS1's final boss is shit, DS3's final boss, both of them are pretty good. Soul of Cinder, like, Gale is better than Soul of Cinder, but, like, for a skill check or whatever, Soul of Cinder is a good boss. He's very dynamic, has a very absolute dynamic, crazy moveset. He's able to cast sorceries, he's able to use curse swords and parry you. He uses a great sword, he uses a fucking lance. Like, he literally fucking heals himself. Like, he literally has everything. And it makes sense, because he's supposed to be the embodiment of the Soul of Cinder. He's supposed to be your character that's charred, that linked the fire to carry on the Age of Lords. That's how the plot of Dark Souls goes. Narratively, canonically, that's how Dark Souls goes. So, like, your character having access to every miracle, everything, every incantation, and having a variance of weapon styles makes absolute sense. Soul of Cinder was a well-thought-out boss fight. Elden Beast just kinda sucks. Having a resistance to every fucking element, literally flying across the fucking room, like literally shooting beams of light that literally track your position even though you're jumping mid-air and dodging them. Having star moves that fucking hit you even though you're sprinting full speed on the fucking horse. It's just not a very good boss. Like, a lot of people don't think Elden Beast is a very good boss, but I get singled out because I'm struggling on it on account of my damage output. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, I get it, if you're gonna shitpost on me, that's fine. I don't care. I welcome that. I'm shit at these games. I've said it myself countless times. But, like, if you're gonna shitpost on me, at least do it with some substance. At least do it with some structural basis. Don't have a biases against me where I'm fucking pissed off, and you're just saying, oh, get good, you eat dick, blah, 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 whatever. Because, like, I'm not like all these other fucking brain-dead baby dick retards that literally can't beat the game at a fucking average level. You know, I'm not somebody that's going to take 40, 50, 70, fucking 80, 90 tries on a boss. You know what I mean? I did actually get sticker shock when looking at the VOD at level 232 since you mentioned it. I was like, wait, what? That's like double the end usual level, like cringe at the farming you put yourself through? Yeah, it was hell. But it's okay, because that's what I wanted to do. I know that I'm going to be eating when it comes to the DLC. I'm going to have a Subway sandwich, I'm going to have fucking Taco Bell, I'm going to have Jack in the Box fries, I'm going to have fucking Five Guys Cajun shit, I'm going to have everything. Instead of being the fucking dickhead over there eating a fucking sandwich with sliced pepperoni on it. And fucking stale bread, you know what I mean? But it's like, people are too fucking neurologically stunted to be able to understand. Like, I get it, I have no damage output because I invested too much shit across the board. I understand. I did that to myself. I'm not blaming the game for it. It doesn't make Elden Beast any less of a shit boss. You know what I mean? Like, it's still just as shitty of a boss regardless of what my stat investment is. Like, do you think I would think that Elden Beast is a good boss just because I beat it on the second fucking try? No. I spent 2 hours on Elden Beast and it was fucking nightmarish. Elden Beast was worse than the fucking grinding. But if I had the damage output, Elden Beast would have been more fucking tolerable, that's for damn sure. I fucking despise the build system in Elden Ring because of how much gatekeeping they did if you wanted to try other builds. Yeah, it feels like that. It feels very structured like that. And that's what I was thinking. So you remember when I was playing the game and I was complaining about the fucking posture system? And how, like, literally no matter how much I hit shit, it wouldn't break poise? I think there's a reason for that. I think I was under the impression that it was gauged on consecutive attacks and successive attacks, but I actually now am thinking that it might be tied to damage output instead. And maybe the reason that I wasn't posture breaking anything that often is because I wasn't doing enough damage output.